Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 causes of death. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Heart disease and cancer have occupied the first and second places, as the main causes of mortality in the United States for more than a decade. Together, these two factors account for 46% of all deaths in the United States. The figures also assist them in comprehending how preventive measures can assist people in living longer and healthier lives. In the United States, the top 10 causes of death account for more than 75% of all deaths. Learn about the major causes and what you can do to avoid them. The information below comes from the CDC's 2017 report. Number 10. Heart disease. The annual death toll is 635,260. 23.1% of the total number of deaths. Those who are more common are men, cigarette smokers, obese or overweight individuals, those who have had a heart attack or have a family history of heart illness, folks above 55 years old. What causes coronary artery disease? The term heart disease refers to a variety of illnesses that affect your heart and blood vessels. These are some of the conditions: arrhythmias of the heart, irregular heartbeats. Coronary artery disease, CAD, is a type of cardiovascular illness, blocked arteries. Defects in the heart. Number 9. Cancer. Annually, 598,038 people die. 21.7% of the total number of deaths. More common among. While each type of cancer has its own set of risk factors, certain risk factors are shared by several. These are some of the risk factors. A group of people of a certain age. Tobacco smokers and alcoholic SC, those who are exposed to a lot of sunshine and radiation. Persons who suffer from chronic inflammation. Those that are obese. Persons who have a history of the disease in their family. What are the causes of cancer? Cancer is caused by your body's rapid and uncontrolled cell growth. A healthy cell divides and multiplies in a controlled manner. Those instructions can become jumbled up at times. Cells begin to divide at an uncontrollable rate when this happens. This has the potential to turn into cancer. Number 8. Accidents, unintentional injuries. Each year, 161,374 people die. 5.9% of the total number of deaths. Those who are more common are men, people between the ages of 1 and 44. Those who work in dangerous situations. What creates mishaps? Accidents result in more than 28 million visits to the emergency room each year. To avoid catastrophic complications, get emergency medical attention if you injure yourself. Number 7. Chronic lower respiratory diseases. The annual death toll is 154,596. 5.6% of the total number of deaths. Those who are more common are women, individuals over the age of 65. Those who have smoked in the past or have been exposed to secondhand smoke. Those who have had an asthma attack in the past. Individuals from low-income families. What are the causes of respiratory illnesses? The following diseases are included in this group. COPD stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Emphysema. Asthma. Hypertension of the lungs. Each of these disorders or diseases makes it difficult for your lungs to function properly. They may also induce scarring and tissue damage in the lungs. Prevention advice. Tobacco usage and secondhand smoke exposure are the main causes of these illnesses. Stop smoking. To lower your risk, limit your exposure to other people's smoke. Number 6. Stroke. The annual death toll is 142,142. 5.18% of the total number of fatalities. Those who are more common are men, ladies who are on birth control, diabetic individuals, high blood pressure patients, folks who have a cardiac condition, cigarette smokers. What is the cause of a stroke? When the blood supply to the brain is cut off, a stroke develops. Your brain cells begin to die in minutes if you don't have oxygen-rich blood flowing to them. Because of a clogged artery or bleeding in the brain, blood supply might be cut off. An aneurysm or a broken blood vessel could be causing the bleeding. Prevention advice. Many of the same lifestyle adjustments that can lower your heart disease risk can also lower your stroke risk. Maintain a healthy body mass index, BMI. Increase your physical activity and eat a healthy diet. Maintain a healthy blood pressure level. Quit smoking. Only drink in moderation. Maintain control of your blood sugar and diabetes. Treat any heart abnormalities or illnesses that may be present. Number 5. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a lung infection caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis germs. Although some strains are resistant to standard treatments, it is a curable airborne bacterium. In HIV-positive patients, tuberculosis is one of the leading causes of death. TB is responsible for around 35% of HIV-related deaths. Risk factor and how to avoid them. The following are TB risk factors. Diabetes. HIV infection is a virus that causes AIDS. A lower body mass index, proximity to other tuberculosis patients. The Bacillus Calmette-Guerin (BCG) vaccine is the best way to prevent tuberculosis. This is a frequent gift for kids. If you suspect you've been exposed to tuberculosis bacteria, you can begin therapy with chemoprophylaxis to lower your risk of developing the disease. Number 4. Alzheimer's disease. 116,103 people die each year. 4.23% of the total number of fatalities. Those who are more common are women. Persons over 65. After 65, the risk of Alzheimer's increases every 5 years. Persons who have a history of the disease in their family. What causes Alzheimer's disease and how can it be prevented? Although the cause of Alzheimer's disease is unknown, researchers and doctors believe that the brain is affected over time by a mix of a person's genes, lifestyle, and environment. Some of these changes take place years, if not decades, before the first signs and symptoms manifest. Number 3. Diabetes. Each year, 80,058 people die. 2.9% of the total number of deaths. Those who are more common are Type 1 diabetes is more common in the following age groups. Those who have a family history of the disease, or who have a specific gene that makes them more susceptible. Between the ages of 4 and 7. Persons who live in climates that are further from the equator. Type 2 diabetes is more common in the following groups. Obese or overweight individuals. Adults above 45 years old. Diabetics with a family history of the disease. What are the causes of diabetes? When your pancreas is unable to make enough insulin, you develop type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes develops when your body grows resistant to insulin, or produces insufficient amounts to keep blood sugar levels under control. Prevention advice. Type 1 diabetes is incurable. Several lifestyle adjustments, such as the ones listed below, can help you avoid type 2 diabetes. It is possible to achieve and maintain a healthy weight. 5 days a week, exercise for at least 30 minutes. Consume a nutritious diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. If you have a family history of diabetes, get your blood sugar checked on a regular basis. Number 2. Influenza and pneumonia. The annual death toll is 51,537. 1.88% of the total number of fatalities. Those who are more common are children. Old people. Those who suffer from long-term illnesses. Ladies who are expecting. What causes influenza and pneumonia, and how do you prevent them? Influenza, often known as the flu, is a highly contagious virus. During the winter, it's fairly common. Pneumonia is a pulmonary illness or inflammation. One of the most common causes of pneumonia is the flu. Learn how to tell whether you have the flu or a cold. Prevention advice. People in the high-risk category can and should get a flu vaccine before flu season. Anyone else who is worried about the virus should also acquire one. To avoid spreading the flu, make sure to wash your hands well and stay away from sick people. A pneumonia vaccination is also available for patients who are at high risk of contracting the virus. Number 1. Kidney disease. Each year, 50,046 people die. 1.8% of the total number of deaths. Those who are more common are those who have diabetes, high blood pressure, or recurring kidney infections, among other chronic diseases. Cigarette smokers. Obese or overweight individuals. Persons who have a history of renal illness in their family. What are the causes of kidney disease? Kidney illness encompasses 3 distinct conditions. Nephritis. Nephrosis. Each of these ailments is the outcome of a different set of circumstances or diseases. An infection, a medicine you're taking, or an autoimmune illness can all cause nephritis, kidney inflammation. Nephrotic syndrome is a disease in which your kidneys create excessive amounts of protein in your urine. Kidney impairment is frequently the cause. Nephrosis is a kidney condition that can eventually result in renal failure. It's also a common symptom of kidney impairment caused by physical or chemical alterations. Prevention advice. Taking better care of your health, like many other main causes of death, can help you avoid kidney illness. Take into account the following. Consume a low-sodium diet. Stop smoking and consuming alcoholic beverages. If you're overweight or obese, lose weight and keep it off. 5 days a week, exercise for 30 minutes. If you have a family history of the disease, you should get frequent blood and urine testing. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.